Hi students, good morning to all. Today we are going to continue the lesson separation of substances. What we learned from the previous classes? We learned some methods of separation. What are they? Hand picking, threshing, winnowing, sieving. Today class also we are going to see some separation method. Sedimentation, decantation, filtration. Before going to the class, let me recap what we learnt in the previous class. Hand picking method. What is a hand picking method? Hand picking is one of the separation method. In this method, the substances separated with the help of hands. Next, threshing method. What is the threshing method? Threshing is one of the separation method. In this method, the grains are separated from stale portion of the crops. Mainly, farmers used this threshing method. Next, we see about winnowing. What is a winnowing? Winnowing is also one of the separation method. In this winnowing process, heavier components of the mixture are separated from lighter substances. This process is also mainly used by farmers. The husk removed from the grains by this method. Okay, so in this method done by with the help of wind. Next process, sieving. In this sieving process, larger sized particles removed from small size particle by using sieve. Okay, so in the process of separating fine particles from larger particles by using a sieve is called a sieving. So it is mainly used in construction sites and flour mills. So in today's class, we are going to discuss about sedimentation, decantation and filtration. So this method are used for separating insoluble solid from a mixture of solid and liquid. What is a solid and liquid mixture? We are already known what is a mixture. A mixture is a combination of different substances. If a mixture contains one solid and one liquid, is known as mixture of solid and liquid. Example, sand in water. So which is a solid portion? Sand is a solid and water is a liquid. So sand and water mixed together to form a mixture. This is known as solid and liquid mixture. Okay, what is the word denote insoluble? Insoluble is the substance. This substance, it do not dissolve in water. For example, look at the picture. We add some sand particle to the water. What happened? After adding, all the sand particles are settled down at the bottom. So, the sand particle do not dissolve in the water. So, it denote by the word insoluble. Sand is insoluble in water. Instead of that sand, we put some sugar or salt particle into the water. Stir it well. what happened? Are you able to see the sugar and salt particle in the water? No, isn't it? So, sugar and salt particles are dissolved completely in the water. So, it denotes the word soluble. Insoluble means it not dissolved in the water. Soluble means it completely dissolved in the water. This sedimentation, decondension and filtration is suitable for insoluble, solid and liquid mixture. Okay, so this method is suitable for separating a insoluble solid from a mixture of solid and liquid. First, sedimentation. What is a sedimentation? In a solid liquid mixture, heavier solid substance is settled down at the bottom. It's called as sediment. So, in a solid liquid mixture, imagine that which is a heavier substance, solid or a liquid? Absolutely solid. So, this solid is settled at the bottom of the container. So, it is known as the sediment. This deposition of solid substance at the bottom is called as sedimentation process. Okay. So, what is the sedimentation process? The sedimentation is one of the process in which the solid substance deposited at the bottom of the liquid. Okay. So, look at the picture. In the first picture, the water is mixed with some sand particles. After what happened? The sand particle is settled at the bottom. So this sand particle is now called as sediment because it settled at the bottom of the container. So it is known as sediment. The remaining liquids are form a layer above the sand particles. Okay, this settling process is called as sedimentation. After sedimentation, you may see the two layers in a container. One is a sediment layer and another one is the liquid layer. So, after sedimentation, the liquid layer is removed from the container by the process of decondension. Okay. So, after sedimentation, we may able to see two layers, upper layer and lower layer. This lower layer contain sediment, upper layer contain liquid. This upper layer is slowly poured out from the container is known as decondension. So decondension is the process. In this process, pouring out of upper layer into another container without disturbing the sediment. So in a solid liquid mixture, the heavier solid particles settle down at the bottom is known as sedimentation process. The solution is removed from the container is known as decondension process. Next we see about uses of sedimentation and decondension. The sedimentation and decondension process is used for separating sand and water mixture. Students, if possible, you try to do the activity in your home. You take the sand and water mixture in a beaker or in a container. So, which is the heavier particle? Sand or a water? Sand. Sand is a heavier particle. Okay. So, you mix the mixture well and allow the mixture to stand undisturbed for some time. All the heavier sand particles are settled down at the bottom. This sand layer is known as what? Sediment. In this settling process is known as what? Sedimentation. Okay. So after settling down the sand, it may able to see the two layers. One is a sediment layer and another one is a liquid layer. Now you try to remove the liquid layer from the container. This process is known as what? Decondension. So in this way we can separate sand and water mixture. Okay. This sedimentation process is also used to separate dust particles from rice and pulses. Rice and pulses are always washed before cooking. Why? Because rice and pulses may contain some impurities. So it washed with water. If we add the water to the rice and pulses and mix it well, what happens? Such dust and solid particles are separated out from the rice and pulses and it goes into the water. So due to this, after washing, the water may become little dirty. So here the rice or pulses is a heavier particle. So it settled down. The liquid, the dirt and some dust particles are less weight. So it mixed with water. So we remove the water from the pulses by the process of decondension. So this sediment and decondension process is also used to separate dust particles from the rices and pulses. This decondension process is also used to separate two immiscible liquids. What is immiscible liquids? Students, if you try to mix water and ink, what happens? The ink mixed with water completely, isn't it? So instead of that ink, you take oil and water. Try to mix with each other. What happens? It is mixed together or not? So oil and water won't mix each other. So this is known as immiscible liquids. The two liquids cannot able to mix with each other. This kind of solution is known as immiscible liquids. Okay. So this decondension process is used to separate the two immiscible liquids. For example, the first picture, water and oil mixture given. The oil is from a upper layer, the water is a bottom layer. The upper layer of oil is removed from water by the decondension process. So in this way it is used to separate the two immiscible liquids. Next we see about filtration. So we are already known about filtration. What is a filtration? Filtration is a process. In this process, insoluble solids can be removed from liquid by using a filter paper. It is also similar like that some sieving process. But sieving process, both substances are in a solid nature and one is a larger size and another one is a smaller size. But here in filtration method, in a mixture, one is a solid and another one is a liquid. Okay. So in this way, insoluble substances are separated from the liquid with the help of filter paper is known as filtration process. In that filtration process, liquid passes through the filter paper. It known as filtrate. What is that? Filtrate. The liquid passes through the filter paper is known as filtrate. Some undissolved solid particles are settled in the filter paper is known as residue. What is that? Residue. So what is a filter paper? So filter paper is a special kind of paper. It contains millions of small tiny holes. This holes is used to separate a solid particle from a liquid. This holes allows only a liquid particle, small size liquid particle. It won't allow the solid particles. Okay, so with the help of filter paper, we can able to separate a insoluble solid from a liquid. Okay. How do we do the filtration process? Filter paper is a special kind of paper. It contains a million of holes or pores. These pores only allows the liquid. It won't allow the solid particles. So, filter paper is a round shaped. We fold the round shaped filter paper into cone shaped. This cone shaped paper, folded paper is placed inside the funnel. Now we pour the mixture of solid liquid mixture on the top of the filter paper. What happened? The filter paper only allows liquid. The liquid is collected in a separate vessels. Okay. That liquid is now known as filtrate. And some insoluble substances are placed on the or settled on the top of the filter paper is known as residue. So in this way we can separate a solid from liquid. Okay. This filtration method is also used for in our daily day-to-day life. So uses of filtration. The filtration is used to separate chalk and water. In this chalk and water, chalk is an insoluble substance. So we can remove the chalk by using the filter paper. It is also used to separate mud and water. Here the mud is an insoluble solid. It's separated from the water by using filter paper. The filtration is used to separate tea leaves from a tea. Here instead of that filter paper we use the strainer. So in this way filtration process is used in our day-to-day life. Thank you children.